there's a controversy brewing in the theme park realm. Not with Disney, though. Jay, I don't know if you've seen this story. Conductor, you know where I'm going with this. We got to bring on theme park wizard who will take us through this specific story right here. Wizard, you know what I'm talking about right here.
Look, I scared Erika away.
Well, Erika, you know, she's just munching down some cake there. So it is just fine. She's going to be okay. But here we go. This story. This is an interesting one because people have been looking at this video. This is the first POV video that we've seen coming out of Japan for the new Donkey Kong Country Minecart Madness coaster. People have been looking at this and they haven't been liking what they've been seeing. So I want to go ahead and play this right now. Again, spoilers, folks. This is the first POV of this coaster. If you want to go in completely blind, like Nolan is right now, you can go ahead and look away.
You know my plan. I'm like, I can't see this. I won't be deprived of my Donkey Kong.
Okay. And look, you don't have to watch Nolan. It's completely fine. But I do have to play it because I think this is important. This is an important story, and we have Wizard on here to add a little bit more context to this. Here we go. Let me go ahead and play this. I don't think, is there any audio to this? I couldn't play audio.
Yeah, there's some
POV of the ride.
Yeah,
there's onboard audio,
but it's digital. It's digital, right? It's not like
no. This is it.
No, this is a real test. This is a test.
This is it.
Yeah,
this is it. We'll have more context to add to this. I think Wizards, he's got some opinions on it. I know I have my opinions. Here we go. See this right now. You can see kind of the track effect in place there. Hopping tracks, skipping tracks, going through water. We'll talk about this, folks. Don't worry. I want to give you an idea of what all this is going here. And apparently, yeah, okay, there's one more left hill, which is interesting. Again, this is out of Universal Studios Japan. There will be an enhanced version of this coming to Epic Universe.
Oh, this is the one in Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And we're getting an exact replica of it or slightly different?
It will be very close, but apparently there will be changes. That is the ride right there. Now, some people have been looking at that and going, first of all,
Dull.
Yeah. Second of all, people are saying it might be a little dull in some places. Some people are also saying that some places are unthemed, like that ceiling right finished there. Brer Oswald's in the chat. He knows where I'm going with this. Wizard, take us through this. You know a little bit more than I do. Are people's feelings about this misplaced, or are they accurate?
Well, you know, it's like a Mario Kart situation, right? People are like, oh, I thought it was going to be so fast or something different. But really, it's more to note, Nintendo is it's a kid's world, right? So this has the same height requirements as like Flight of the Hippogriff. Actually might have a lower height requirement than Flight of the Hippogriff. So keep that in mind. Okay, so this is supposed to be just a kid's family coaster. It also doesn't open till December 11th. So I don't know if they're gonna fix the ceiling by then, but it's important not to fully judge by December 11th. There's going to be 2 more animatronics at the end there, according to Alicia Stella, who that they still have to install. But like this part, because the rest of the temple there is done. So I wonder if they're just going to add, if that's what it's going to be like. Don't know. But also it's important, you know, because they're not supposed to film this. So the guy is like hiding the phone. You can't really see too much because he's like hiding the phone underneath the cart there, so we can't see the cool jumping the track effect it's supposed to see. And like the water, you can see the water come up, but the phone's so low that you can see the little splish splash. So much different. I feel like riding it in person, like Mario Kart. Mario Kart looks terrible from the POVs. When you go on it, and it's actually pretty fun, at least in my opinion. I feel like this will be the same thing. I feel like we'll wait for So you have to wait until next week till an official POV comes out when it's like legal, and then I feel like it'll look a bit better than it does now. But it won't go any faster. It's like a slow-ish coaster. So I don't know if that's what people were like worried about, but it won't go any faster. But like there's all like you can barely see the screaming pillar there. You can barely see that from the POV because the phone's like this, so I feel like you'll get a much better perspective next week if someone films a video.
Yeah.
So is this coaster?
OCDD.
How is it powered? I mean, is it like?
There is a track underneath that. The first hill is a launch, a slow launch.
Yeah.
And then the second hill is a chain lift hill there. There's like the cart is powered, is held onto by these two like beams that are connected to an actual vertical coaster track beneath the
Right.
beneath all the track. Yeah. So it's just like it's like a launch coaster that's also has a chain lift type of, but
Okay.
again,
I wasn't sure if it was like the Arthur ride out here at Europa Park is
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, no,
powered.
not
I didn't know if it was powered like that. Okay. So they do rely like on physics, I guess, for it to
yeah.
Yeah.
And then see the one difference because of space, the Japan version has a lot of foam there, but Epic Universe there'll be a waterfall, like an actual waterfall in that section. So it'll feel more grand when you go underneath it versus that particular section.
Right. Look, I mean, this is a very ambitious attraction given what it's attempting to do, what it's attempting to replicate, which is this effect that you are jumping track and everything like that. It's really cool. It's awesome. I think in the larger context of Super Nintendo world, I think it'll actually work out very, very well. Some people, I guess, have been saying, look, this has always been a kid-friendly or family-friendly coaster, so you have to kind of put that into perspective. If we look at like Big Thunder, for example, right? Big Thunder is still like considered an e-ticket attraction at Magic Kingdom, even though it's a 70s coaster. It doesn't have all the kind of modern elements that I think coaster enthusiasts expect, but it's still relevant. Why? Because of the theming mostly. It's themed to this amazing Bryce Canyon. If you're looking at the Disneyland version, these buttes and so forth, it's awesome, and that's kept it relevant all these years later. I think this might benefit from that same effect happening here, which is you have this amazing theming that will keep it relevant for a long time. I think when people see like bare ceiling, I think some of that is stripped away there. We know that an official POV hasn't been released by Universal. That's one. This seemed to be a leak that's been emanating from some tester or something like that that got early access to this specific attraction. We don't know whether or not all the effects were working or have been installed, so it's really hard to judge, I think, from this specific reaction or the specific POV what the experience might be like. Also, too, it's a coaster, so unlike Tiana's by Adventure, for example, where I think a lot of people were judging that attraction based off that specific POV, you couldn't really say, well, you have to ride it to experience it because the experience is half the fun. It's like, well, it's the same layout as Splash Mountain, whereas this completely new coaster, nobody's ever ridden on it before. A lot of the effects of this jumping effect add a lot of thrill element to this. Again, it's like it's going back and forth. It's a really interesting discussion, really interesting controversy. I know Brer Oswald, he's gonna start up the Brer cast, and he's had some comments as I just displayed on screen right here. Apparently got a lot of flack for it, which these things happen. At the end of the day, I think Donkey Kong deserved better theming. There's so many amazing worlds from the games. Use them. Yeah, the bulk of Donkey Kong looks really cool, and the meet and greet looks awesome. It's just this particular attraction may not have lived up to the amazing hype surrounding it. Again, though, we have to see the final works here. Also, to OCDD, I have sent an invite to Follow the Bradley's Fun. He's welcome to come on and comment to his heart's content. Wizard, what do you have to say to some of the stuff going on. And anybody who wants to comment to the panel, please.
Well, it is though. The cool thing is there will be that Donkey Kong music in the card, so that should enliven the experience.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So,
That's cool. That's awesome.
I wouldn't stress too much, honestly, Vash, about, the leaks going on, because this is Nintendo we're talking about. I'm sure they're going to lend Universal their Nintendo ninjas and they'll track them down. It's all going to be fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jay?
What?
Oh, go ahead. Erica?
What's the top speed on this? I'm just curious because I know the Mario Kart was a little deceiving. And Thunder Mountain tops out at what 35 miles an hour. I'm just curious, like what's the speed on this?
I feel like it'll be between 25 and 30 miles per hour at the top speed.
That's what.
Okay, so that's okay.
Yeah.
What's your reaction, Jay?
So I feel like this isn't the finished product, and that this section right here, where most people that I saw were complaining about, where you saw the diamonds, is supposed to be like, if you pause it, like right here, if you pause it here, you could look up and see there's definitely like light fixtures and all kinds of stuff that maybe should be on. Maybe it's supposed to be really dark here, but they didn't. They just had it on because they're testing stuff. They just wanted to see. So I have a hard time believing Nintendo it would let something stink, like they're very meticulous when it comes to their brand. The Nintendo world, if you've never been, and I know I like the Mario Kart ride for what it was, and I love the interaction that land brings. You can bring your Switch in there, you can do all kinds of stuff, you get the power-up bands, you do all kinds of it seems like they thought of everything. So I would find it very, I could be wrong. I find it very difficult, but we will know. I'm guaranteeing you, we will know for sure in 6 days when it opens on the 11th. Every vlogger and their grandmother are going to be there, and they want to be the first to get that video out because they know they're going to get 10 million views if they get the ride out first.
Sure.
So it'll be worth the trip to Japan. I know vloggers now that are already flying out there, like getting ready because they want to be first. So it's like, because they know the views will pay for that trip. So I think we'll see it. And then we'll know for sure, like, man, this thing looks terrible, or the leak was just something else that we didn't pick up. So
Conductor?
Yeah.
Be the final say.
It's interesting because I agree with all you, including Wizard. I think just this part alone is putting a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. Looking at it, it looks bare bones. Like Jay said, you got light fixtures hanging. There's hardly any theming. Maybe, like Wizard said when he first came on, maybe there's more animatronics getting added, more theming's going to be added to this area. Maybe it won't be as bright in there, so it's going to be super dark. And we're just basing the land off this attraction right now. What's to come? Whether it's, well, we already know Donkey Kong's going to be a meet and greet character, but there might be other characters as well. Then you got the mini game, then you got the pop-up restaurants. But for this leak to come out, it doesn't do Universal justice.
Conductor, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Something I didn't actually get to ask you yesterday.
Okay.
Also, nice seeing you yesterday.
Nice.
But so after seeing that, right? Would you still want it to come to Hollywood, even though it's not? Like, if you wanted it, would you still want it to come to Hollywood?
Okay, so I'm going to customize it a little bit. I'm going to say that the land should come, but instead of roller coaster, I dark ride, kind of like what that Jurassic World ride is in Beijing. If we got some, I would be okay with that.
keep dreaming, Conductor, but I guess theme park fans can dream.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
No, but just watching this, I would be more excited for the land. Obviously, if there's a short wait, I would ride this attraction. But the way I'm looking at it right now, I think I'm more enticed to ride the Yoshi Adventure Omni Mover attraction because there's a lot more interactive elements. There's a lot more animatronics, a lot more to see. But then again, this video is not really doing justice until the actual official POV comes out from Universal. We could be missing a lot of elements. So
that's a fair point. It's a fair point. We're gonna have to see what the what a better POV or representation of this attraction via the camera might actually provide. Again, I think Wizard's right. I think you're not seeing a lot because he's trying to hide the camera while he's actually doing this. And maybe some of the effects haven't been activated. Perhaps some things that actually block out sunlight might actually haven't been installed yet. We're gonna have to see. There's a lot of things that can actually change here. Can change your perception on this attraction. That was a highlight from our live stream on That Park Place Podcasts online, where the full stream can be found at the link in the description. But what about you? What did you think about this very intriguing and fascinating story? Please let us know in the comments below. Like this video if you did like this video. Share us out as it helps us out tremendously against the YouTube algorithm. And thank you so much for watching. T3, BO. Please comment, like, and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to That Park Place Podcasts Online, your source for exclusive content and highlights from WDW Pro, The Pro Show, and That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.